up, guys? I hope you liked that intro. We're gonna get right into this video. That is my buddy Brian's Fox Body Mustang, and that is a huge, gonna be a huge project on the channel, as he's gonna be doing a coyote swap in that car. So stay tuned for content with that. We're gonna do a quick little upload here. We're getting started working on the C5Z here, and we're gonna go over, you know, what I've discovered is the main issue with the car and what we're gonna do to fix it. And this is gonna be kind of like a cleaning up video. We're gonna clean up the valve covers, give them a nice paint job, and I want to take you through the process on that. So in reality, I did find what is the issue with the car, and what was going on is that at wide open throttle, it was just running like complete ass, and it felt like, you know, the car was running on like 4 cylinders instead of 8. When I got the car, I got basic information with it. I got it on a trade, and you know, I've been told it has a VTR stage 4 cam, Texas speed heads, which I've already established that's not true. Maybe components, but the heads are not from Texas speed. You know, has ARH headers, full exhaust, intake. So the car is, it's got some potential. You know, when I got it, you know, it was, it needed the O2 sensors redone. I did those, but yeah, I mean, it drove good for a few months, and I ended up having a rocker arm issue. And what happened on the adjacent side here is that one of the rocker arms came loose. It didn't snap completely, but it just came loose. But I looked more into it, and the rocker arms and the trunnions were not upgraded yet. So these are all upgraded trunnion rocker arms. I installed a complete set, and the car ran decent for a little bit until I had yet another issue, which is the wide open throttle running like crap. Other than the tune being complete crap as well, the car sat over the winter time, pulled the valve covers off, and I discovered that one of my dual springs is broken. Now, luckily, I was lucky enough that being the dual springs, it retained the valve in the keeper. So the valve didn't drop into the cylinder, causing total chaos. Yeah, so we got lucky with that. I did a compression check across the board, 180 across all cylinders. It was solid there. I'm not seeing signs of a collapsed lifter. I didn't hear signs of a collapsed lifter, so I'm really thinking that we just broke a spring. So I have no idea how long these springs have been in it, how long they've been beat on. So I ordered a new set of Brian Tooley Racing dual valve springs. So hopefully that will fix the issue. It will replace this broken one and replace the entire set. So hopefully that should clear up the issue we're having. As you can see here, I have one of the valve covers on the driver's side off, cleaned up decently. I'm gonna whirligig it, make sure it's all nice, and mask it up and start the process of painting it. I went with VHT Candy Apple, and I got the VHT primer and clear as well. Alright, so clean the valve covers up. Those are going to be ready for paint, primer and paint. But in bigger things, I've decided to go crazy on this and really get down to what's been going on. So I had a few buddies come by, and today we're going to be pulling these heads. And what we discovered is that there is a few collapsed lifters, which is probably why springs keep breaking. Hopefully the pistons look okay. I mean, with perfect compression, I'm hoping that there's no damage down there. But the plan is to get these heads off and get a closer look at it, and assess what we gonna do. Best thing for me is what I'm thinking of doing, pending on the bottom end looking good. I'm gonna do new ported heads, new cam, just start from the ground up and go all new. That way I know everything that's done to the car, what specs I'm running, and I'll have the insurance. So with that being said, we're gonna get into it. I'm sorry that I haven't filmed up until what we've done now. However, I mean, there's tons of videos on YouTube. I want to get the stuff done and I get right to it, and I don't really worry about filming much when it comes to these kind of installs and these kind of projects. But I will film as much as possible from here on out. The next step we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull the hood off. I'm gonna drain coolant. Radiator's gonna come out. The rest of the intake's gonna come out, and we're gonna start pulling all the accessories needed to eventually get to the cam. And we're gonna get the heads off today. That way I can figure out what I need to order and how the bottom end looks. All right, guys. So done a lot of work, and I'm sorry I really didn't get to film much of it. But the heads are pulled, and I've obviously removed the radiator and everything else that so far that I need to get out of the way to try to get to the cam. We're gonna try to tackle the power steering rack, try to drop it down and get to the cam. But so far, from what I've noticed, here are the heads, is that there are several pieces of these dual valve springs broken. Several pieces. The lifters came out good, none of them were collapsed, surprising. The push rod length that they use is 7.425, and everybody I've talked to, that is incorrect for if it is indeed a BDR stage 4 cam. The push rods seem to be too big and may have put too much pressure on the springs. So I think the plan from now is to get the cam out, assess that situation. So far the pistons looked good. The valves did hit some of the pistons, the top, just 2 of them. Didn't gouge it too terrible to be catastrophic. The cylinder walls look good. Nothing alarming from the bottom end of the motor, so thankfully that is good. So yeah, we're gonna take that cam out, and the plan right now is to do ported heads, probably from Texas Speed. Do a Brian Tooley racing cam. Undecided on what specs we're gonna use, but yeah, we're gonna be doing the whole 9 here. All new hardware, water pump, doing a new timing chain, everything that we're gonna do for a new heads and cam swap. All right, guys. So here's where we're at. I finally got the cam out, and it was a bit of a struggle, seeing as though that steering rack is in the way. We were able to move the steering rack out far enough to get the cam out, just enough. Basically, the cam is not a BTR Stage 4. It was a old Thunder Racing cam. I actually don't have it right now because I gave it to a buddy. He's having a shop check out the specs of it. And good news is, I got a box of parts dealing with Westgate Performance in Freetown, Mass. Give them guys your business. Unbelievable customer service. They were right there. They had everything I really needed. So we got all the odds and ends. Here we ordered a BTR Stage 3 cam, and that seemed to be the best option for what I'm looking to do. I've also ordered the Texas Speed PRC heads. Obviously I don't need the valve springs. I have a brand new set of BTR springs ready to go. Those should be here next week, along with the ARP head bolt kit. So yeah, we're making progress here. You know, everything came out good. Everything came out easily, not too hard, not too difficult. I apologize for not really filming the actual way to take everything apart and take everything out. But like I said, I mean, I just like to get into it. There are plenty of good videos on YouTube that will definitely help you out on how to do a job like this. So for right now, as we're waiting for parts, we're gonna clean parts up, we're gonna polish them up. We're gonna give these valve covers a nice paint job. That should be fun. I'll include a segment of that in this video. So just a quick update on the car. We are making progress. We got everything out. The guys at Westgate helped us out with all the odds and ends. Texas Speed Performance with the heads. And we should be looking forward to assembling sometime next week. All right, guys. So today, Saturday morning, and I've already masked up the valve covers. And we're just gonna start having a little fun project this morning. So we're in the cleaning stage of doing the heads and cam swap on the C5Z. So I've already masked up and cleaned the valve covers. and we're gonna start by doing the paint process. As you can see, I've masked out the valve covers and I've cleaned them up. Doesn't need to be perfect, but as long as all like the sealing surfaces and everything that you don't want paint to get on is covered up before you paint, that should do it. When you guys paint stuff, and that's just general rule, especially parts like this, it's best to clean it as much as possible. Like, I've done my best job with the whirligigger and obviously the masking tape just to tape the sealing surfaces, but I used first off I used the simple green to really try to degrease it and clean it as best as possible. But before you paint, I like to use like the rubbing alcohol, and it's always worked for me. Obviously, you just put some on the surfaces, clean it up so that you can get a good paint and a good coat on there without obviously it showing up like crap because it's dirty. What I'm going to be using is the VHT anodized red for a color. Now, it's basically a 3-step process, and everything I've painted with VHTs come out great as long as you do it correctly. So we're going to start out with the high heat primer and obviously move into a few coats of that, as then get into the anodized red and see where our colors match up here and see how it starts looking with light coats, and we'll move on to the clear. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this upload. I'm very excited to start getting these parts in this week, and I will be filming the install process on everything that we ordered, and hopefully it all goes well. The valve covers, I'm just cleaning them up, and I'm putting a few more coats of clear coat on it. Other than that, those are ready to go. As I speak and as I'm uploading this video, I have plenty of more content I'm literally going right to working on right now. So just stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe, because this stuff is not gonna stop. The summer's here and we're just gonna get the content rolling and rolling and rolling. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you guys updated on everything that keeps going.